Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show.
It's some nice music, I know.
What's going on, Mavericks? We are back with another episode of The Unusual Mavericks. I'm your host and moderator, Kwame Speaks, joined by the handsome, the melanin proficient, the bearded one, Just Dominic.
Hello, everybody. As you see, the beard is tied up. It's a lot of humidity in the air, and I am of the African American persuasion. No matter what I'm mixed with, I got a lot of African Americano here. So
lots going on. We don't want to puff. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Who is in the building today? What's going on, Cupcakes? The best
Cupcake, my girl.
Yes, cheer strong all day. Cheer strong. For those who have seen the Montgomery Brawl, y'all know what we're talking about. If you know, you know. Keith Reynolds is in the building. What's up, King? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Michelle Holly, how you doing, Queen? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Cupcakes. Who else is in here? Do Keith. Okay, y'all having a conversation. Michaela, little sister, is in the house. What's going on, sis? Appreciate you. Hey, Leroy and Leroy Skin.
Leroy Skin.
Hey, Dominic and Dominic's beard. Yes. Dr. Holt is in the middle, coming on.
Dr. Holt.
And, just a little jab. How you doing, King? Thank you for joining, Dr. Holt. Let's see, Dominic's beard. Kwame tried to make me cheat on you this morning. The audacity of the dirt. Oh my God. I'm so sick of her.
if it's not Jason Momoa and poor Lisa Bonet, now you trying to come for Cupcake?
So it was nice having Dominic on the show. Well, it's just going to be me today.
Thank you for letting me know, Cupcake. See, me and Cupcake here. Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, you guys, just double check. Just so you guys know, a little housekeeping rules, just so you guys know. This is a bully-free zone, so please make sure that your opinions is kept clean and cute.
And respectful.
Okay? Respectful. We want to respect everybody and every Maverick here. That's what it's all about. And also, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, hit that share button, so you can bring all the other nerds and Blerds and Mavericks up in here. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please do subscribe to Pyro Media so you can check out all the other amazing shows that's here. Right here on Pyro Media Network. Shout out to the Pyromaniacs. Shout out to the Trailblazers and the entire Pyro fam. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into some things here. I read something wrong. Okay, I was like, what's going on here?
I was
like, hold on, let's see. See, you better fight for me, Dominic. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I didn't even get this uploaded. See, I do this every time. Even on Pyro Power, I do this.
I know. Where's the alert? I need that.
Right. Well, we're not doing a Maverick alert today because we have a special guest that we're going to be talking about. Well, not a guest, I guess. It's a theme of the day. Today, we're going to be talking about, hold on, let me get him loaded up. Y'all. Give me a second. We're going to be talking about Halim flowers. Is it Halim or Halim? Halim. Thank you, sir. Halim flowers. So we want to go ahead and get my screen together. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and upload this here. No Maverick alert today. It's all about who is Halim Flowers. Okay,
yes, this is a different kind of Maverick alert.
Yes.
Let's be clear.
Very different. It's not a Maverick. It's not a full-on Maverick alert, but it's a different kind of Maverick alert. So we want to know, who is Halim Flowers. So, Dominic, go ahead. I'm gonna let you lead the way on this one.
Okay, everyone. I read this story, and I've been reading this story from NPR. I've been reading this story. I saw this young black man named Halim Flowers, who was falsely arrested, locked up, and imprisoned for 22 years for a murder he did not commit. I want to say that first. He did not commit. Now, he got into some trouble while he was in jail, trying to protect his pride and make sure he wasn't raped or sodomized, and that's true. So there are reports of that, like, he wasn't like a perfect person. But the truth is, he was a 17-year-old boy who served 22 years in prison. And so while in prison, and I brought up his incarceration violence for a reason. Because of that, he was put in with confinement. What is that called? Solitary. He was put into solitary. While in solitary, he started painting and drawing. 22 years later, he is now considered the new Basquiat. His art is now being actually really highlighted in DC Comics. This new version of Batman, a black Batman, he has just done all the beautiful artwork for. And this is it right here. So there is a poster, there is t-shirts as well, that they're selling his wonderful artwork. But this young man is now a millionaire.
Yes.
He is world renowned. And if you don't know him, then this is as we said, a different kind of Maverick alert, because he's married. He has a beautiful family now. He is a multimillionaire, and he is doing his best to help other people, other black men and women who have been incarcerated for no reason. He's really doing a lot to advocate and reverse a lot of things within prison reform. And so his artwork is really paving the way. They are truly considering him the new Basquiat. That's a big deal.
Yes, it's a huge deal. And really quickly, before I just interject really quickly, Dominic, I'm actually going to be putting the link to his prints, because we all want to support Black-owned businesses, Black, creatives, and so especially in something like this where he lost several years of his life.
22, 2 decades.
That's a long time for him to be incarcerated for and be innocent.
Yes.
That takes a toll on your mind, and it takes a toll on your body, it takes a toll on your spirit. And so for him to go ahead and continue to Cupcake, if you can do me a favor, if you can text Kyrie, I can't do it right now at the moment, and let him know, because I think he would be interested in this as well, to see if he would be able to join in on this, because I think he would love this. Hey, Kevin Moore, how you doing?
Oh, that'd be cool. I would love for him to come. Kevin, so nice to see you.
Yes. Who is it? Originally Shawnee. How you doing, Queen? Thank you for joining. Organically, Shawnee. Thank you.
Organically, Shawnee.
Yes. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to Halim Flowers' prints for DC, and it's guys. It's go ahead and I know I'm definitely gonna purchase the print.
I want the t-shirt for sure. It's $25. It's not that much. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It looks really nice quality too. And so this is a picture of the t-shirt. This is black t-shirt with this panel.
Yeah, and you can also get it as wall art as well, because that's what I'm looking at right now is the wall art. But you can also get it as a t-shirt as well. Yeah. And make sure you look at the bottom, because there's other prints and stuff that they have going on down there. But that's not Halim Flowers' artwork. So make sure, I think he only has one.
The link, right. The link that you're going to put in, correct. It is to his entire story. It tells you how he grew up in the 80s in the DC area. And we all know what the crack epidemic did to our communities during that time. So, he was a product. He was a child that was left fatherless and motherless, basically, from that whole era. And again, served 22 years in prison for a murder he didn't have nothing to do with. And so I just listening to his entire story, it is worth it, because it brought tears to my eyes. Hello. It brought tears to my eyes, and then it made me very happy to see how he has been able not to just overcome and get his lifetime sentence overturned, but mentally he sounds very healthy. And that's a big deal, because you can be let out of a cage but still be in a cage.
Indeed.
So,
that's a good word, right, Dominic. Let out of a cage but still be in a cage. It's like Kyrie's on the way. All rise, Brother Corbin has entered. Entered, she did. All hail the queen.
That's right.
And the king, Kyrie.
Kyrie is here.
Yes. What's going on, brother? Thank you for joining. All right. So yeah, I thought you would be interested in this, Kyrie, because we're gonna reiterate real quick. This man right here, who is Halim Flowers, was accused or he spent over 20 years in prison falsely. He was actually innocent of all charges, and he spent 22 years in prison. And now he is a millionaire because he has used his pain and turned it into profit.
Correct.
Doing stuff for DC, started doing stuff for DCcomics, started doing some artwork. So I just think it was this is Black excellence to me, you know.
Just what you said, just to cover just a little bit more. But he was sentenced. He was sentenced to 2 lifetime sentences. Wow. 2 lifetime sentences for a murder he did not commit. Yeah. He was a juvenile, and they shipped him to an adult prison.
Yeah.
And there he got in trouble and tried to kill somebody who tried to molest him. And he then went into solitary confinement for years. And while he was there, he started drawing, and he drew all over the walls, and people were like, this guy is amazing. This 17-year-old boy, now 22 years later, people have seen how talented he is. They wanted to sell his art while he was in prison.
Yeah.
And so, they got his sentence overturned, but he served 22 years. And now he's 45. I think he's 45 years old. Yeah. And now he's a multimillionaire. He's married. He's got a kid. And he just speaks very healthy. And he's all about prison reform, big time. And, when I saw his story, I was like, we got to talk about him today.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys over at Twitch. I see you guys coming in. And thank you for checking it out. We appreciate you guys. Yes. And also, this is the just to kind of recover it for Kyrie and all those that are just coming in. This is the print that is available on DCshop.com, or is Shop DC. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in there again.
Yes, Kevin, it is quite a story.
Yes, it is absolutely a crazy story in my opinion. But yes, go ahead and support this Black creative. Go ahead and support. We would Dominic really wanted to push for this story and to really talk about it. And I applaud him for it, because this is what the usual Mavericks is all about, is highlighting Blerd's Black nerds within our nerd realm. And so, that's a good question, Mommy. She says, I wonder how many innocent people are in jail. That's a very good question.
Of Black and brown? Oh my God. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because he didn't get out to 2019.
Yeah.
So this is insane. And even the Obama administration, according to the article, once you guys dive into it, they had a difficult time overturning this. And they started the process but couldn't finish it. Insane. Absolutely insane.
But it's the way we're treated. It's the way we're treated. It really is. And it's
Can you put his picture back up again?
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. So this is him right here on the left. This is him up here up close. And this is his right there. Let me go ahead and enhance the screen right here. And I'm going to try to upload a picture of him up close and personal. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. This is his headshot that he took for DC in 2019. This is him. And God bless him. God bless him.
That's him fresh out of prison too.
fresh out of prison, you know, and doing what he needs to do.
From
To
17 to 43. Just imagine, 17 to 43 years old.
Tired adulthood is gone. His entire adulthood is gone. And it's just tragic, and it's disgusting. But you know, he turned everything around. You know, and he was able to. God really showed him favor. And he was able to. You know, he's a millionaire now.
I couldn't imagine having to be in solitary confinement 4 years, not just in prison, but in solitary confinement, and him not going mad. Instead, he started painting and seeing the world in colors, and I just, it blows my mind the endurance that some of our people have. Our people are strong. Yeah, I'm just very proud.
Let me tell y'all something. There's a resilience.
You're right, Kyrie.
There is a resilience within our melanin that really is second to none.
Yes.
You know, I really applaud our people. The adversity that we have, you know, our ancestors have went through it and had to, you know, deal with. Stories like this with Halim Flowers, there is yes, like a phoenix, he rose from the ashes. Exactly, Kevin Moore.
Yes,
that has been, the phoenix has really been in my mind all week this week for me in my personal life, just kind of dealing with certain things and just kind of seeing different things in the world as it relates to our people, really just kind of rising from the ashes and moving forward in ways that, you know, things that were meant to destroy you, things that were meant to that he could have lost his entire dang on mind, and I still feel like he's probably going through some mental stuff right now, because solitary confinement is not meant to protect you. It's meant to treat you with a mental, you know, to mentally break you down.
Correct.
So you're talking about being in confinement for a long period of time. We're not made to be alone.
Correct.
Fellowship. We're made to we're not meant to be in a soundless, weightless, cold,
touchless. No one's touching us. Nothing.
Nothing. There's no love languages being added to you. There's no. You're getting food, and you barely even talk to a guard. So
right.
It's a lot that goes into solitary confinement and the damage that it can have on a person. So for the fact that he has made it through that is just remarkable.
Absolutely. And that's why I consider him an unusual Maverick, for sure. This man is an unusual Maverick.
Kevin probably is going through some things. Who wouldn't be? Exactly. I agree.
Who wouldn't be? 17 to 43?
This shows how good God is. Yes, God is good. Yes.
Absolutely. But, you know, it sounds like he found a good woman that loves him. He you know, he's a father now. I believe they said his child is 1.5 years old with his wife. So he has just started life. But you would think that mentally he's still 17. Yeah. And now he has to grow up and he has to really learn how to be a man. He has a lot of money now, yes. Yeah. But that, you know, that there's a difference in all of that. But he is a fine example of what others can be. Our brothers that are going through. Anyway, and sisters.
Michelle says, I would love to know if he experienced out-of-body experience. I'm sure he has.
That's a good question.
You don't go into those type of situations, you know, just unscathed. You know
right.
what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and he had already had to deal with, you know, trouble within the walls. I'm sure he you know, that type of isolation is not meant
and
for.
Before, by 17, he lost his parents. From the story, it said his father to crack. When he was 15, his father died or OD'd on crack, and his mother, both of them. He lost both of his parents by 15 years old. So from 15 to 17, he was running wild and running with the wrong people, and you know, got caught up.
Wow. Well,
so that's a lot of trauma.
Yeah, and I want to make sure you guys know that we are not sponsored by Halim Flowers, or he has not reached out to us or anything. So I'm only sharing the link to his work if you guys want to support him. So and the work that he does. And even follow him. So that's why we're sharing it, because we want to promote Black creatives, Black Mavericks, and what we consider Black Mavericks and amazing Mavericks, and as Dominic said, an unusual Maverick in this case. So shout out to Flowers or Halim Flowers rather, and we are proud of you. We are rooting for you, and we're going to continue to support you in all that you do. And if you see this, sir, shout out to us. We would love to have you on the show.
Absolutely, tell your story.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Do you have anything else on Halim?
No, I think we have absolutely covered him quite a bit. It's just I'm just so excited to see one of us make it, especially from down there. You know, they always tell Black men, especially in inner city neighborhoods and schools, that you'll never be anything, and the system is made to ship us from that to juvie to prison. Yeah. And so to see someone who was in that system break out, it makes you wonder how much more talent is in prison. Yes. And how much talent is being wasted there. Yes. And or unrecognized or underutilized. Right. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, you guys, really quickly. It's not gonna take too long. Stick with us. We have a lot more news and things going on that we want to share with you guys. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button and share if you haven't done so already, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys right after this break.
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. Your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletandflightradio.com. Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station. Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Lux and Noir.
And we're Black by popular demand.
Yes, and everyone, don't forget to go subscribe to Kwame's fans only Lux Noir page, his fans only, so you'll get a chance to hear the sultry sounds of the CEO of Pyro Media.
Did you just Eartha Kitt me? Did you just Eartha Kitt me? That was hilarious. I hate all of y'all right now.
Me and Cupcake here. Me and Cupcake. See, we know.
Oh my God. Here's talking about, Lord, I've been pregnant 4 times this week when I canceled commercial. You know what? What y'all? Who are you, Kyle Barker? Oh my God. Y'all get on my nerve.
Oh God.
Anywho. So we have some DC news.
I'm sorry, y'all know I don't know how to act. Sorry.
Kevin Moore said he's a male Eartha Kitt. Oh my God! All right, we got some DC news. As you guys may or may not know, the season 2, Disney has revealed that it has spent $141.3 million on pre-production and filming of the second season of Loki. Let me go ahead and pull that up right quick. Where is Loki? Where are you, girl? Because Loki, we got to talk about you. Loki, we are. Oh no, wait, that's DC. Sorry,
that's Marvel. That's Marvel. I was like, hold up now.
Let's go to Blue Beetle right quick. Let's go to Blue Beetle because
okay.
We have a lot. I'm sorry, I'm looking at. You took me off with that Eartha Kitt thing going on right there. That's what threw me off, child. My guy. Michelle says when Elder Kwame speaks social, it does calm my nerves. Does it?
Oh, okay. I'll
take this more often if you guys want it. Praise God. All right. So the first choice recommended movie is Blue Beetle. You guys know we've been talking about Blue Beetle a lot. It is releasing on August 18th. We will be there because I want to go
next
see
weekend.
It. That is next weekend. I need to go and make sure I will purchase the tickets today on Fandango.
You know, a lot of folks. There has been a sneak peek to a lot of critics and whatnot, and it has received 10 out of 10 stars.
Yeah,
honestly, people are like, "Whoa, this is a DC movie. It feels like a Marvel movie."
Yes,
everybody's saying that.
That's what I'm hearing too. I also heard that it is having it got better test results than The Flash.
Much better, and it cost actually half of what The Flash. That's crazy. This cost $120 million. The Flash was over $200 million.
Let me tell you why I think that is. This is my personal opinion. This is not the opinion of Just Dominic, nor the Unusual Mavericks, or Pyro Media Enterprises. Praise God. Okay? This is my personal opinion. This is how I feel. I feel like because of who was in The Flash and who is in Blue Beetle, these are people who are not us.
Right.
That was The Flash. These are people who they didn't have to pay that much money for in Blue Beetle. Now we have people like, what's his name?
George Lopez.
George Lopez. Okay, fine. But
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon. Okay, great. But let me tell you something. The main cast members.
Jaime himself. I don't even know his actor because he is an unknown.
He is.
But he's squeaky clean.
Yep.
The script was written by a Hispanic male, I believe. I believe there's...
I bet they got paid less than the people, the cast of Blue Beetle got paid less than The Flash. I'll tell you that right now.
I bet. But here, there's a lot of Hispanic people working in front and behind the scenes on this movie. And it is just delicious from what I can't wait to see it.
And this is going to be their Wakanda forever. I promise you. This is
I hope a lot of Hispanics come out. Mm-hmm. Latinos, everybody come on out and support that. This is actually very historic.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Marvel or DC. This is historic for the culture.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
So I'm for it.
So the budget for it is $120 million. USD. Warner Brothers and DC Studio heads. Let me look this up here. There we go. Warner Brothers and DC Studio heads feel extremely optimistic the opening 2 weekends will draw twice the investment, with The Flash finally earning money in rentals, according to multiple sources, including The Hollywood Reporter. DC Studios is determined to turn the corner before Marvel can recover.
Yeah, Marvel is in bad shape right now. I didn't even know they were in such bad shape.
But I'm not surprised either.
Plus, with the looming strike for them, they're really stalled out right now. And DC's like, okay, our animation department isn't complaining because we haven't stressed them out like that.
Yeah.
And so they're just hoping that they don't want to unionize as well.
Yeah.
So, this is going well. James Gunn is talking about the animation projects that Viola Davis is now a part of that he just announced 2 days ago, and I'm living for her.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what she does. And she is the female Nick Fury. She's playing the female Nick Fury in the DC universe. So Viola and Samuel L. Jackson, to me, those are two formidable actors in our community, and so I'm here for both of them.
Absolutely. Okay, so now let's get into some DC stuff here. Sorry, not DC. So I keep saying DC. Marvel stuff over here. Let's get into Loki 2. Loki 2, Disney has revealed. Let me look up here because I have it up here. Disney has revealed that it has spent $141.3 million on pre-production and filming of the second season of its Loki streaming series as it attempts to reinvigorate its struggling Marvel Studios division after the critical and commercial failure of Samuel L. Jackson's Secret Invasion, over-budgeted series, and a string of critical and commercial failures in Phase 5. We are wishing Marvel all the best. The shade! The shade!
Well, I lifted that entire comment out of, I believe it was the Hollywood Reporter. Mm-hmm. They are going through it, but here's the good news. Loki, within 24 hours of its season 2 trailer being released, showing all 4 of these people, thank you, it received more than 1 million views, higher than any Marvel series, more than WandaVision, more than any. Even its season 1, it has beat its own season 1.
Yes, it has.
So they are hoping, they just like DC is putting their money on Blue Beetle to help turn their stuff around, and so Marvel is doing the same thing with this series because they spent far less, as we know, than the Samuel L. Jackson.
The Loki series season 1 was just superior than most of the shows. It was on there. WandaVision and Loki were the standouts for me. I mean, if you want to follow up, what's the one with the what was that one with the guy in the white?
Midnight.
I mean, that was.
But they were talking about ratings wise, as opposed to the money they spent. They said this Loki season 1 was the only series in Phase 5 that turned a profit. The only movie in Phase 5 that turned a profit was Wakanda Forever. So those are the only 2 properties in their entire Phase 5 that turned a profit.
Surprised, y'all? Are you surprised at a black-led movie? Are you surprised, Marvel?
And then this sister here in this trailer that played in Love Witchcraft or whatever. Y'all remember that HBO series?
Lovecraft Country, she was phenomenal.
She was. And in this series, she's amazing.
Did you watch Lovecraft Country?
Every episode.
Oh, that movie.
Even the one with Dorinda Clark singing.
You're hilarious.
I was like, they'll do a witchcraft everywhere. Dorinda Clark, give it all back to me. I was like, girl, what you? Okay.
Right. Again,
here come Koji. Anyway,
it's crazy to me. Lovecraft Country was good.
It was,
honey.
And her role in that was fantastic.
Oh, she was phenomenal. She was brilliant. I even followed the podcast that was the companion podcast of Lovecraft Country, which had the lead writer on it, and I believe there was the 2 lead writers on it, and it was just phenomenal. The conversations and the in-depth, how they broke it down, the conversation that they had about the culture, and how it integrated with our culture and what was going on in real time. It was just amazing. So that series was phenomenal.
And they were the 2 standouts to me. This young lady right here and Jonathan Major. I didn't know him before that.
Yeah, me either.
And when I saw him in that, it was like, who that is? This boy can act. He's giving me like Denzel Washington Jr.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kevin, it's not coming back. Unfortunately,
no.
They didn't do a season 2 for it, so it's
no.
Sad. Okay. All right. So I'm looking forward to Loki. It's premiering. Season 2 premieres October 6th, 2023. So I'm looking forward to that. They really need to. They're banking on this now, y'all. They are banking on this, and Blue Beetle for both companies is banking on this. Yeah. And it would be and I think DC is gonna come out before Marvel, because Marvel has a lot of stuff that they have to fix. Like they have a lot of stuff.
So let's get into it, right?
Yep. Oh,
so
the delay.
Right, because of the strike right now. Now let's talk about that right now. So the writer strike obviously has been going on for a while. The actor strike has started up, and Disney CGI department. It has nothing to do with Warner Brothers or DC. It is all Disney and Marvel. The CGI departments and companies are massive that work for them. Mm-hmm. They are on the verge of unionizing.
Yep.
They have just filed a petition to unionize. And if they do, they've already threatened to join the strike along with the actors and writers. So that means everything on the parent company of Disney will be stalled out in every single way. No animation, no graphics, no music, no editing, nothing.
No. And you guys, that would, if the VFX industry, which is all the visual effects people, if that happens, it's going to be a problem. Cartoons are going to be stalled out. So that means family-friendly stuff is going to be stalled out. It's going to affect more than just movies and scripted TV. It's going to affect everything.
Correct.
And what happens when parents don't have cartoons that they can have their children sit in front of and watch while they go ahead and clean and do what they got to do? Problems. That's what's going to happen.
Go play outside.
Okay, go play outside.
In the street.
And that might be a good thing, but at some point, kids are going to be, affected. The shows that we watch, as comic people, and Blerds, that's going to be affected. It already takes years for like a season of Young Justice to be created.
Yeah, but right now, this is only for the Marvel companies. Like, it has nothing to do with DC right now. It can affect them later on. But right now, with Disney struggling the way that they are literally in the red. Over $40 billion in debt. Yeah, Disney is. So if they everything shuts down, what would they do? Disney is they are super huge.
They can't let that happen. I'm gonna tell you why they can't let that happen, because they are most of their stuff is animated.
Yes.
Pixar is gonna be down. Their Disney movies are gonna be down. Everything is gonna be down.
I think it'll affect ABC News.
Yeah,
ABC, because they have graphics that show at the beginning of The View and and all these shows, so there'll be none of that.
Yep.
Commercials, nothing. Everything. It's just like everything related to Disney now is in jeopardy.
And two of our animators works for Disney, so they would fall underneath that. That would be a problem for me. I'm just saying, like that would be a problem. So it's a lot that that.
Well, they're saying that this department, the animation department, has existed for 100 years now properly, and they have never unionized. They have been abused constantly, decades, and they have a long history of abuse by Disney. So they have a personal vendetta against Disney that they keep calling out in paperwork.
But it's not just them. A lot of people have been
no. But their paperwork, what they filed against, is this company right here. Disney.
I know. What I'm saying is that Disney is not foreign to having conversations about or conversations surrounding the way that they treat their employees. Like even the Disney park members were talking about this. Like so this is not new. Hold on one second. Not Disney. No, so many classes. Yes, exactly. Organic Shani. And even that includes the people that are creating newer movies as well. Kyrie says, yes, I saw Billy Porter's message to the CEO of Disney. It's truly been affected. Yes, it really has. Thank you. Please continue to
major,
guys. It's a major situation. It's amazing.
Because I was like, wow, it lets you know how big this company is. Yeah. And you're talking about stock market. You're talking about, all these people out of work, because you get into that line of work, you're talking about more middle class incomes and just a lot of people that are now going to be picketing, and that's going to affect the economy. Period.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So what else we got going on with Disney or Marvel?
So with that, let's talk about with the strike, because we talked about that piece. We wanted to hit that. Now let's talk about the movies and series that are now affected, according to sources, which is the Washington Post. In July 2023, all of these productions that we're going to talk about should have started work.
Oh, okay.
So it is Spider-Man, the sequel, Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Blade. They were going to do a new Blade. It was supposed to start production last month. It is no longer in production. Superman and Lois, the series. I know it's a CW or Max series.
Hold on, slow it down because I'm trying to.
Oh, Blade. There you go.
I said Blade. You said.
Superman and Lois, season 4. They were supposed to start production, and they are everybody at home. So we have Sandman, which is Netflix super. They were 2/3 of the way finished through season 2, and
that pisses me off. I'm just letting y'all know that pisses me off because that's a dang on good show, phenomenal show.
So they shut down in July. Yeah. So then we have Captain America.
Yes.
Brave New World. Sandman. Yes.
Yeah. Captain America.
Yes. But new Harrison Ford is in that and it's supposed to be super good.
Yeah.
So
if you guys don't remember, the Captain America is now being played by the Falcon. So he kind of took the place of Captain America. He's the new Captain America, so that's why he
is. Yes.
Here. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dominic.
No, don't be. So that movie was shut down. They were filming in July, and they all had to walk off. And Deadpool versus Wolverine, that movie, which a lot of people want to see that movie. Yep. So that has been shut down. We saw pictures of them. They were filming, and they were told, "Nope, we're on strike." Remember Kwame, and they just went walking away.
Yep.
Yep. So that has been shut down since July. And the last one is The Penguin.
Yep.
Now, people who like the Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman movie, which was a huge hit. We all know that there was a spinoff with Colin Farrell playing the Penguin. Yes. And so they were in production and they had to walk off last week. So so it's a lot of stuff affected with Marvel and DC right now. So there's a lot of pressure. A lot of money, a lot of jobs, and people forget and just think about the actors. Oh yeah, they're just millionaires, but there are a lot of people who work on these sets that are caterers, that are valets, that are janitors. So they're everyday people now that are off work.
Yes.
So it's a really big deal.
I agree. Yeah, it's just getting crazy. They need to figure something out. They really do.
It doesn't look like it. It's moving in the wrong direction. It looks like.
That's what it looks like. That's what they're saying. Which is it's really sad at this point.
It is. Fat cats want to stay rich.
Yeah. Well, you know how that is. Yeah. But I think it has to give way at some point. It just doesn't make any sense for them to continue to do this because it's going to affect the economy overall at some point.
It will.
Let's see. It's sad because everybody can't afford to be striking, but they have to stand together. Exactly. Dr. Hall says they can come teach. We need a few more teachers.
Wouldn't that be nice? You're gonna have a robust theater department.
Listen, animation programs.
Dr. Hulk gonna be doing it.
Listen.
I know that's right. Some good catering services.
All types of grant money will be shoveled your way.
We know craft services is everything. If you ever been on set.
Now talk about it. Lionsgate was good for the thing on craft services.
I was an extra on Independence Day. I'll never forget it. I ate the best in my life.
We had a separate budget for the crew. It was amazing. Good times. Anywho, all right. So that's all that we got. Is there anything else, Dominic, that we have?
No, that's it. Because I guess, just with wrapping up, we're going to just talk about the 60 years of colored people. The coloreds. The coloreds in comic books.
Yes. So we're celebrating 60 years of people of color in comics. Check out the African American and Latin, Hispanic superheroes in front of and behind the scenes in 60 years of American comic books. Shout out to everyone that has participated for the culture, to bring awareness to the culture, to bring awareness to their culture, and just kind of highlighting representation of people of color in comics. Definitely make sure that you guys do your research and check out all types of different comics or different. There's a show on HBO Max, Dominic, that we were looking at.
Yes, it's some superhero something. We should talk about that next episode. But there is a new, with the release of Blue Beetle, they're doing a relaunch of the Blue Beetle comic books as well. And it really looks fantastic. They have really cool action figures. And I tell you, if I was a kid, I would get it. It's only $20. I may get it anyway. But it's just so nice to see Black and brown representation in this way. And it has never happened like this before to action figures. I'm just geeking out. I'm just so happy. I met Jeff Goldblum, and I met it was the second Independence Day, so I met Vivica A. Fox. She was the first person I met. Jeff Goldblum, and then what's his name? Liam Hemsworth.
Liam
Hemsworth.
No, the brother to Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, not Thor, but his brother.
Yeah,
he was in that movie. So I met all three of them.
Yeah. Now I did not meet Will Smith, but I saw him. I was like maybe 50.
I saw Bill Pullman, but I didn't meet him.
Yeah, his security was not playing around with any of the Lionsgate crew at that time. They were like, you guys cannot get that close to him. And I was like, who are you, girl? Like, we weren't here. They would not let us go near him. Even if we were working, like we had to have special passes if you. So because a lot of people, like, we would just go and just kind of see who was there, and we were like, oh yeah, we're working. You know, and so we were just.
Vivica was so nice. She was riding her bike through the parking lot, and she like rolled past me and told me, "Hi." I was like, "Who is that?" And they were like, "That's Vivica Fox." I was like, "Oh, okay. Hi, Vivica. Hey, girl."
Dr. Holt said I had to deal with some colors today, girl. Organically, Shanae said, "What about the Disney cruise line?" Now I don't know.
Are they unionized?
I don't know.
The entertainment should be. You would think the entertainment would be unionized. But yeah, so they probably don't have any entertainment on these cruises. They can't. Because a lot of celebrities book to entertain on these cruises as well, and they can't work.
So yes, the Service Trades Council Union, STCU, represents more than 45,000 cast members working across Walt Disney World. So, but that doesn't, I don't know if that kind of counts for cruise members.
It should. They're entertainers.
Yeah.
You and I both know people who have worked on cruises, and they're card-carrying entertainers, so.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy to shake my head. That's a good question about the cruise line. Yeah, it is.
It really is.
They're technically entertainers, so
they
and
are
they're cast members. So that they, I don't think they call them employees. They call them cast members. So they are
correct. And they go from Broadway to cruise lines, Broadways to cruise lines.
Yes.
So
well, good luck to everybody out there. May God have His way on this whole situation, and hopefully, if it's in His will that He gets these things together, because there's a lot of people suffering. It's already expensive right now. This country is already in a fragile economy, and so for us to kind of now, I do think, just from talking to my financial peoples, that they believe that we may get a little worse before it gets better. But when it does get better, it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get better. So so right now, like, we're looking at the next month or so because we don't know if we're going to go into a recession or not. So it's kind of like teeter-tottering. So we'll see how it is. Just kind of stay close to your ear to the news, and for those who are financial geeks out there, definitely like kind of keep an eye out and let us know what your thoughts are and how it's going to affect the entertainment world. We'll keep our eyes out. Dominic, is a guru when it comes to researching all of the stuff and knowing all of the stuff behind the scenes. And we're always trying to look at what's going on behind the scenes with these industries within the entertainment industry and as well as the comic industry. So because it is kind of different. We have the comic industry and then we have the cinematic universe, and it's all kind of intertwined in the nerd world. But there's a lot that we don't really talk about when it comes to behind the scenes. People just kind of assume, oh, I bought a comic and we're good. But there's so much that goes into all of that. The people who draw it, the people who write it, the people. So we have to, don't ever take for granted the crew, and the people who are behind the scenes of production. Because
name that series again. That series on Max.
Oh,
you looked it up.
I looked it up, and it is called Milestone Generation documentary. Let's see here. Milestone.
It's fantastic because it's talking about the journey of Black and brown, all people of color in this industry, and how they got rejected from Marvel. Yeah. They were forced out of Marvel, and they had no other choice but to go to DC.
Yeah.
And when they did, they were part of the B-52s that became one of the best-selling editions of DC Comics ever. So it's a very interesting.
They won't give us that credit.
No, and people are like, well, Marvel has Black Panther and they're so amazing, but all of the creators, Black people behind the scenes, they didn't want them they had to leave. Yeah. Then I know family members from people who told me that they would get paid a fraction of the pay that their white counterparts would, and they did most of the work. And then the white names went on the work and the Black names did not.
Yeah.
So Marvel was terrible in the 70s and 80s, which caused, like I say, that mass exodus. So that documentary is amazing because I didn't know that, because I was all like, Marvel is it. Marvel's more hip. Marvel's more.
And it's funny
because
owned by
the KKK.
Right. Well, they both are. But anyway, that's here nor there. Allegedly. So allegedly. So when I was watching that documentary, I saw a lot of the comics the Black comics and Black characters that I grew up on, that I was learning about in there, and so it was just really, really dope to see. And it just brings a lot of representation, and it really talks about the story of how we were introduced, or we kind of helped a lot of these companies come to where they are today. And so a lot of the characters that you see today are based off of a lot of the characters that Black creators created. And a lot of the success, let's talk about, because we can't put it all on Marvel. Let's talk about DC. Justice League and how what's Justice League Unlimited and Justice League the original anime, that really helped boost DC and where it is today. And the story, it was comic book accurate. And what was his name? Oh my God,
Dwayne McDuffie.
Dwayne McDuffie, thank you. Who is the creator of one of the comic book characters that is one of Dominic's favorite comic book characters,
Static Shock.
Static Shock. And so it's like there's a lot of history that has been stolen from us. Number one, a lot of history that is uncut that they don't want to talk about. That's why I get pissed off and really ticked off when we see our Black queens and Black kings who are getting these roles. For example, who plays Iris? What's her name? Who plays Iris? The Flash.
Candice Patton. How she was tormented online.
Disrespected. And still, best damn actress on that show. Okay?
Yeah.
But she was getting hyped because at the end of the day, there was so much. Why is Iris Black? Why is Iris Black? Iris is Black because it wasn't just she. First of all, Candice Patton didn't get the job because she was Black and pretty. She got the job because she was the best damn actress for that dang on.
That's what they said. They said she blew it out the water.
Period. Okay.
Like they were like, why is she even auditioning for a CW role? She's so good.
And the
that's what they were saying.
The situation that happened with Zendaya when she played what's her name, Mary Jane in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Like, why is Zendaya playing Mary Jane? Because she was the best damn actress for that particular, who tested well for that particular.
That's right.
Character. So listen, right. Before and what's her name from the Batman movie? Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz, Batwoman, Javicia Leslie. You know, we can go all day long with all these beautiful black queens that they just hate.
Just hate. And it's frustrating because it's like, you don't even understand. You don't even get it. We started this, y'all. The most popular Marvel character is Storm, and she still hasn't gotten her damn movie. She's still, all of the Blerds are still angry about that. Frustrated.
Yeah, and one of the oldest sci-fi books in literature is a book called Tom Swift, written by an African-American man about a gay African-American sci-fi, blah, blah, blah. It is unbelievable to know that something like that was written more than 100 years ago. Let
me tell you something about...
Or about 100 years ago.
Now, that was one of, in my personal opinion, one of the best CW shows on there. And even though CW tried to play Tom Swift, because the CW had put it in a time slot that was almost
dead.
Just a dead time slot. It was like putting them at a time slot that nobody was going to watch it.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing when they put them in there. And they still became one of the top shows on CW. But did they give them a season 2? No.
No. And when they put them on HBO Max, they did very well on HBO Max.
The same thing happened. What's her name? The one that Ava DuVernay did. What was the? Even though I still feel like she could have did a better job.
Naomi.
Naomi did way better on Max than than on CW.
Yeah, so people were willing to give it a chance. Like, let it build. Let's see what these black characters are about.
So if you guys remember Johnny Quest when growing up, Johnny Quest, that's kind of what Tom Swift is.
Yeah, gadgets and technology and little devices like MacGyver kind of stuff, but black.
Tom Swift wasn't gonna last because of the fact that not only was he black and he was a rich black man in the show, but he was a gay rich black man.
Well, that book came out right after the emancipation of slavery. It was like 1902 when that book was written. One of the first sci-fi books ever.
Yeah.
I think Foundation, the show, is the second. Those are the top earliest two sci-fi books ever, and they both include black.
Yeah. By the way, if you guys have Apple TV, go ahead and watch Foundations. It's phenomenal. If you really like Star Trek or Star Wars, Foundations is where they get.
Well, I love it because they saw us in the future.
Mm-hmm.
When we have a hard time seeing us in the future.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just really, really good. Anyway, I know we got off topic.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was a good segue. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Don, for this amazing topic about Halim Flowers. It was great to kind of see him and get to know him a little more and see what what he's brought to the culture and how he made a comeback.
I hope we have many more folks to talk about. Yes. I hope to see some women on here and many more black and brown brothers that we can say, hey, they made it through the worst and now look at them.
Yes, for sure. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Do us a huge favor. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Please share if you haven't done so, so that way others can learn about Halim Flowers as well. And that way we can just kind of, learn more about our culture and learn more about our people and those that have been slighted and disenfranchised. So definitely check them out and how they're making an impact in the culture in all aspects of the culture, not just in the traditional cinematic world, but also in the geek world, in the Blerd world, the black nerds, and what they do. So we do go underappreciated and unnoticed sometimes, a lot of times. But yes, thank you guys so much for listening in. We appreciate you for jumping in there. If you are a Bullet in Flight listener, pilots, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Dominic, you have anything else?
No, that's it. That's it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, and don't forget to...
stay unusual. I almost forgot. I always say that too. I always remind you, stay unusual, everybody. Stay unusual.
Stay
unusual.
Unusual. How you doing?
How you doing?
Bye, y'all.
Bye.